The phone trembled in my hand, its screen glowing with a message that burned through my chest like wildfire. I'm pregnant, David. It's yours. My wife's words, sent just an hour ago, should have filled me with joy. Instead, they twisted like a knife, because deep down, I knew something was wrong. I'd known it for months, though I couldn't name it until now. The air in our quiet suburban kitchen felt too thick to breathe. The ticking of the clock on the wall a mocking countdown to the truth I wasn't ready to face. For 7 years, Emily and I had built a life together. We met in college, her laugh bright enough to light up a lecture hall, my awkward charm just enough to win her over. We married young, promising forever in a small church with stained glass windows casting rainbows on her white dress. We weren't perfect, money was tight, work was stressful, and we'd argued about starting a family, but I thought we were solid. I thought we were us. Until the late nights at her office became routine. Until her phone started buzzing at odd hours. Until her eyes stopped meeting mine over dinner. David, you're overthinking it, she'd say when I asked about the long hours, her voice soft but edged with something I couldn't place. Work's just crazy right now. I wanted to believe her. I did believe her. But doubt is a quiet poison, seeping into the cracks of a marriage until it's all you can taste. The pregnancy announcement came out of nowhere. We hadn't been trying, not after a tearful fight 6 months ago when she said she wasn't ready for kids. I need time, David, she'd whispered, her hands cold in mine. I'm not sure I can be the mom you want. I'd let it go, buried my disappointment, and told myself we had years to figure it out. So when her text arrived that morning, my heart leapt before it sank. Joy collided with dread, and I couldn't shake the question gnawing at me. How? I sat at the kitchen table, staring at the ultrasound photo she'd sent. A blurry smudge, a tiny life. My hands shook as I typed a reply. I'm so happy, Em. Can we talk tonight? Her response was quick, too quick. Of course. Love you. The words felt hollow, like an echo from someone else's life. That night, Emily came home late, her hair damp from a sudden rain, her smile too bright. Hey babe, she said, dropping her bag by the door. She crossed the room to kiss me, but I turned my head, the motion instinctive. Her smile faltered. What's wrong? I couldn't hold it in anymore. Em, how did this happen? My voice cracked, betraying the storm inside me. We haven't, it's been months. You said you weren't ready. Her face paled, but she recovered quickly, laughing, a sharp, brittle sound. What are you talking about? It's ours, David. You're going to be a dad. She reached for my hand, but I pulled back, my pulse hammering. Emily, don't lie to me. The words felt like glass in my throat. Something's been off. The late nights, the texts you hide, the way you look at me like I'm a stranger. Tell me the truth. Her eyes widened, then narrowed, a flicker of defiance crossing her face. You're being paranoid. I'm pregnant, and it's yours. Why can't you just be happy? She turned away, busying herself with a glass of water, but her hands trembled. I didn't want to be right. I wanted to be the paranoid husband, the fool who overthought everything. But the doubt had grown too loud, too heavy. I want a DNA test, I said, my voice low but steady. Emily froze, the glass halfway to her lips. A DNA test? She repeated, her tone sharp. You don't trust me? I want to, I said, my eyes burning. God, Em, I want to trust you. But I need to know. The silence that followed was suffocating. She set the glass down hard, water sloshing onto the counter. Fine, she snapped. If that's what you need to stop this nonsense, fine. But her voice shook, and in that moment I knew. I knew. The next few weeks were a blur of tension and silence. We moved around each other like ghosts, polite but distant, the weight of the unspoken truth pressing down on us. I scheduled the DNA test, a prenatal one that could be done safely, and Emily agreed, though her eyes were cold when she signed the consent form. You're going to feel so stupid when you see the results, she said, but her words lacked conviction. The day the results came, I was at work, staring blankly at my computer when the email arrived. My hands shook as I opened the attachment, my heart pounding so loud I thought my co-workers could hear it. The words blurred before my eyes. Probability of paternity. 0%. 0. The number stared back at me, cold and final, shattering the life I thought I had. I drove home in a daze, the world outside the car window smeared and unreal. When I walked through the door, Emily was on the couch, scrolling through her phone. She looked up, and something in my face must have told her everything. Her phone slipped from her hands, clattering to the floor. "David," she started, her voice small. "Who is he?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. I didn't want to yell. I didn't have the energy. All I felt was a hollow ache where love used to be. She didn't answer at first. She just stared at me, tears welling in her eyes. Then slowly she said, "It was a mistake. A stupid, drunken mistake." "A mistake?" I laughed, a bitter, broken sound. "How long, Emily? How long have you been lying to me?" "It was just once," she said, her voice rising. "At the conference in Chicago. I was stressed, and you were so distant, and don't you dare blame me." I cut in, my hands clenched into fists. "I loved you. I trusted you. And you—" My voice broke, and I hated myself for it. "You let me believe that baby was mine." She sobbed then, her face crumpling. I didn't know what to do. I thought if I told you it was yours, we could make it work. "I love you, David. I still love you." Her words were a punch to the gut. Love. How could she say that now? I sank into a chair, my head in my hands, trying to make sense of the wreckage. "Who is he?" I asked again. "His name's Mark," she whispered. "A colleague." It didn't mean anything. It didn't mean anything. The words echoed in my mind, meaningless against the weight of her betrayal. I thought of the nights I'd spent worrying about her, the mornings I'd made her coffee, the years I'd poured into us. All of it, built on a lie. I stood, my legs unsteady. "I can't do this," I said. "I can't look at you and not see this." "David, please," she begged, reaching for me. "We can fix this. We can go to therapy, we can." "No," I said, stepping back. "You broke us, Emily. You broke me." I walked out, the door clicking shut behind me, a sound as final as the DNA test results. The night air was cold, biting at my skin, but I barely felt it. I drove aimlessly, the city lights blurring through tears I hadn't realized I was shedding. I thought of the baby, a child I'd already started to love, a child that wasn't mine. I thought of Emily's laugh, her warmth, the life we'd planned. All gone. By dawn, I found myself at a park, sitting on a bench as the first rays of sunlight broke through the trees. My phone buzzed, Emily's name on the screen. I didn't answer. I didn't know if I ever would. The man I'd been yesterday was gone, replaced by someone raw, wounded, but still here. I didn't know what came next, but I knew one thing. I'd survive this. Even if it hurt like hell.